Hello, and welcome to another Father of the Day interview as we celebrate fathers in the month of June. I'm your host, George, and with me today I have Gregory Robinson Odum. How you doing today, Greg?
Good and tired.
We're excited to have you today and to hear your unique fatherhood experience. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe where you're joining us from today?
Uh, Say that again. 'Cause I couldn't hear. It cut.
Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're joining us from today?
Joining y'all from uh, New Brighton, PA. I'm in the car right now driving.
Yeah. Well, obviously you're not the one driving, so that's good. We can still have the interview because they're gonna be like, "What?"
Nah, I'm in the passenger seat.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So, Greg, the reason why I wanted to interview is it's a funny story because you're actually my daughter's stepfather, right?
Right.
And when it comes, they have a stigma of like fathers and stepfathers not being able to get along or not being able to see eye to eye. And
Right.
I feel like us having this interview will shed a lot of light on like how co-parenting could work and how it could actually be effective for the
Oh yeah.
child. Yes. So can you just tell us a little bit about your fatherhood journey and how it began?
My fatherhood journey. I was doing dumb stuff back in the day. Met my oldest daughter. Her mother didn't work out, but
Hmm.
I have custody of my kid of her and then my two youngest siblings. So
Hmm.
it's a good thing that I don't have to deal with the as we call it baby mama drama.
Oh well, that's really good. That's really good. And you did mention that you have custody of your kids, and also, um, and I know usually when dads have custody of the kids, it's very difficult for to actually get custody of your
Right.
kids. Is it takes forever, but if it was the other way around, it would be like
Uh,
that.
we'd have lost our kids right away.
Yes. So, how many kids do you have today?
I had three and two stepdaughters.
Awesome. So, what are their names and what are their ages?
Mercedes Herman, 14. Um, Mariana, she's 13. Naya, 12. Elijah, 11. And Kaylee is 10.
Okay. And can you tell us a little bit about your kids, and also in your perspective on being a stepfather? I know you have children of your own, but you also have children that you inherited by being
Right.
with the child. And how do you balance that out?
I mean, I treat them like the same way I treat my kids. I don't look at it as a difference or do that separate stuff. Some
Hmm.
separate parents do that, but I'm not the one that does that because I wasn't brought up that way.
Right,
I mean,
right.
I got my own stepdad and my real dad, and they don't see eye to eye. But when it comes to me, they know I'm like Switzerland, so either get along or don't speak.
Hmm. Yes. Yes. So what type of activities do you like to do with your kids?
We gotta take them to parks. We gotta play basketball, go swimming. I actually coached the oldest two and Naya. So I got one more that I got to coach, and I want this year. I won't get to coach her because they moved me back down to fourth grade,
Hmm.
which is not fun. I prefer to stay up so that things will get right. But I mean, if I got to start at the bottom again, at least I know that everything we're learning, they're gonna learn it.
Awesome, awesome. And what are the most challenging parts of fatherhood?
Having girls that like to argue.
Hmm.
That's why
Yes.
this stays at a low cut now. That way I can't grab my hair.
Yes, yes, that's very challenging, and also co-parenting is very challenging. Like for
Yeah.
instance, the fact that you actually whip my daughter more than me, and then which is you're the stepfather and I'm the father. Obviously, I'm her dad, but you also are her father figure. So she sees it as like I have two dads in my life, right?
Right.
Two is better than one. Two is better than none, pretty much. So like, so like
Oh yeah.
most people look at it as most people as a father. Most people don't look at it as like, oh, this person is trying to replace me. This person is trying to be me. It's actually more like this person is an addition to what you're doing anyway. You know, so
Right.
and I really commend you for that because like most people are not don't get along, right? And I want to
Right.
ask
Most
you,
parents won't.
how how would you if somebody a dad is watching this and their their mother of their child is in a new relationship, how would you recommend them to communicate with the other parent? Or what would you tell them to do?
I mean, honestly, some people have like me in general. I do the whole sit down thing. So if nobody's on the same page, we all sit down and talk and get get an understanding on everything. Some new dads, when their girls leave them, and they like to try to keep the child from the dad or get a new boyfriend and try to act funny. But I mean, like I said, I sit down and talk to people. I don't do the yelling no more. I used to, but I've learned that yelling doesn't get anything solved or resolved.
Hmm. Yes, yes,
So
absolutely,
if people are
absolutely.
on the if parents are on the same page, yeah, I'm a stepdad and you're her dad, but we both have an understanding that it's about the child, not us arguing with each other, and we haven't had no arguments at all.
Yes, yes,
Now,
yes.
in Yvonne's case, I wish it'd be the same thing, but she's stubborn, just like every woman is.
Hmm.
Then they gotta have the last word instead of coming to a neutral ground on
Hmm.
things.
Yes, yes, and communication is definitely key. Um,
Yeah.
so so when it comes to like services for dads, do you notice are there any services in your area that specifically caters to dads? Because we know we go through a lot, and not everybody asks how our dad's feeling. It's like you just have to
Right.
get up and go. Do you what do you have? What message do you have to send in society about like us getting more notice on like getting more support?
I mean, it's a definite that there needs to be more outlets for dads for like how they do for the mothers.
Hmm.
They think just because we're a man, we're supposed to just brush it off and keep going through the day, go through the motion.
Hmm.
And some days it gets stressful, and like we go to work and everything. I'm a flagger, so
Hmm.
I go to work. I deal with getting yelled at, cussed at, screamed at. Nobody's called. I've had a couple people get out the cars to approach me, but I've learned to have a cool head and, as they say in
Hmm.
the union, have a tough layer of skin.
Hmm.
Don't let anything get to you. But there's days when you have that bad day, and you get home and you don't want to take it out on your kids.
Hmm.
So you got to find a way to clear your head, and with no outlets or things for dads to do, how's that dad supposed to handle that?
Yes,
We
absolutely,
have
absolutely
stressful
agree.
days just like women do.
Hmm. Exactly. And what advice would you give a new father about fatherhood?
In my opinion, it's like you said, it's all about communication. If you can communicate with the person that you have a kid with, that's key. Because like I said, most women, all they want to do is yell and then try to be ratchet and all that. You see, half of them just do it just to have a kid, and then they know they got a good dad that's making good money. That's what it is. But
Hmm.
you don't gotta look at it that way. Just look at it like you're bringing a life into this world that now you are responsible for, not only yourself but for your kid.
Hmm.
I've like me growing up, I had all my cousins and whatnot, so we was close. And
Hmm.
then they had a child. We try to stay in the kids' lives. Like right now, my brother, I gotta get more better communication with him because he has my niece and nephew. So
Hmm.
I gotta try to be a part of their lives too.
Awesome, awesome. So, what is something that you wish someone would have told you before you had your children?
Honestly, do a background check. Get the because if I could do it all over again, I would, but not with the same girls because it was a nightmare. Not gonna lie,
Mm-hmm.
it was hell until I got my daughter, and then
Mm-hmm.
same with my two youngest. So I've dealt with the whole battle. And my mom, I thought she'd be in my corner, she wasn't. So I had to do a lot of fighting and figure things out and do it the legal way instead of the way that I would have done when I was growing up.
Oh, nice, nice. I have some rapid fire questions for our outro. So I'm just
All
gonna
right,
say a word and just tell me the first thing that comes to mind. All
all
right.
right.
The first word is kids.
My world.
Uh, Partner.
Sometimes I wish I was sitting in jail for a week, but I love her.
Uh, yes. Fatherhood.
Challenging.
Love.
Mm, a lot of it. Too much of it at times.
All right. Dad.
Wouldn't change anything about it. Love being a dad.
All right. Sleep.
What's that? If I'm not at work, I'm looking for another job or something else to do.
All right. Gift.
What was it?
Gift.
Kids.
Greatness.
Doing what my grandfather taught me to do, being a
All
man.
right. And lastly, self care.
Mm, don't got one for that one, but self care it is key, and that's how we survive in this fatherhood.
Yes, definitely. Greg, I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to join me today for this interview. And I really appreciate what we do. I commend you for being a great dad, a great
Right,
stepfather to my daughter. And I really thank you.
no problem.
All right.